Apple just rolled out digital ID, and let me tell you why this is so huge. And I don't mean huge as in cool, a new feature. I mean huge as in prophetic, huge as in world changing, and huge as in exactly what Scripture told us to watch for. And first off, the Bible warns that in the end times, a global system of identity and control would rise before the mark of the beast ever appears. And it doesn't just start with a mark. It starts with a system that makes the mark possible. And right now, Apple is building that system. When you add a digital ID to your wallet, you're tying identity, biometrics, travel, payments, and access all into one device. And let's look at that pattern. The UK already has a digital ID system. Europe has one. Multiple places have one, and they're all moving towards the same system that will eventually be mandatory for banking, travel, healthcare, and even government services. And now Apple has just created the American version without calling it that. And I'm not saying this is the mark, but it definitely looks like the beginning stage of it. And here's how it evolves into mandatory from here. First, it's optional. Then airports start requiring it. Then banks, then employers, then the DMV. Eventually, your physical ID becomes inconvenient and your digital one becomes the only option. And let's talk about how this connects directly to CBDCs, digital money controlled by the central bank. A CBDC already requires a verified digital identity. So once your ID is on your phone, your money will be too. And whoever controls the ID controls the money. And that's when this system lines up perfectly with Revelation. Not because Apple is evil in itself, but because prophecy says there will come a moment where no one can buy or sell unless they're in the system. And digital ID plus CBDCs is exactly how that all becomes real. So what's the timeline? Honestly, once airports, banks, and federal agencies adopt this, it becomes unavoidable. And that's when you wake up one day and the physical IDs don't work at the places that they always have before, the places that matter, the places that you need them. And here's why the government prefers Apple doing this instead of creating their own national ID. People trust Apple more than the government. So instead of forcing a digital ID, they let a private company build it instead. And then they quietly integrate it into everything. And Apple built the infrastructure. The government will plug into it. So no, this isn't the exact mark, but it looks like the first stage of the system prophecy warned us about. And that's why believers need to stay awake. Eyes on Jesus, no fear, but pay attention because the foundation is being poured right in front of us.